Y'all were asking me for a pattern on this clown hat. I don't know how to write or read patterns. I'm a beginner crocheter, so I'll show you what I did. You'll need a long chain and it needs to fit from the crown of your head to the end of your neck without stretching. You can use pretty much any stitch or yarn for this project. Your only goal is to make a shape like this that fits from your face to the back of your head like a hood. So I gave it a little try on, pinched the back and the front where the seams will be to make sure it fits exactly how I want it to before I stitch it up. Now fold it in half, hamburger style, the way that you had it around your head, and stitch up one side entirely and the other side just a few inches up. You'll end up with something like this, which is called a scoodie. And I found a tutorial for this on YouTube, so if you want a more in-depth tutorial, you know where to go. Okay, so there's a spot for your head and there's a spot for your neck, and I need you to find the spot for your neck. Pick a bigger crochet needle and crochet along the neck of the thing. And the reason you need a bigger crochet needle is because this is the part that goes over your face and you want to be able to breathe through it. So if you stretch it a little bit, you should be able to find lots of holes for air. You should end up with something like this. I try it on as I go by turning it inside out and seeing if it will fit over my nose. This is the perfect place to stop if you don't want to be a silly clown. Now we're going to add the ruffles, so I'm going to start with my face ruffles because they take the shortest amount of time. I do this by adding about 4 double crochets to every stitch. Depending on the weight of yarn you use, you'll need more or less crochets in each stitch, but you just need to overload each stitch with so many crochets that they start pushing each other around and make these lovely little ruffles. Now we're going to work on the bottom part. We're going to add a spot for our drawstring. I will chain 2 and double crochet connect at every other stitch. This will make holes for us to weave our drawstring through. Now, we also want to add some structure to this because we'll be adding some more ruffles to the bottom, so I'm just going to single crochet along everything I just did. All these little holes that I just made. You can see that makes that little row a lot more sturdy, so when we add in our ruffles, we're not just pushing these little stitches around. At this point, your hat should look something like this. It's time to add some more ruffles. Again, I'm just going to add several double crochets to every stitch. This will look different for you, how many you need. You will have to play around with it a little bit. I like to do more than one row on the bottom, but I will show you what each row looks like so you can decide kind of how big you want your ruffles before you get into this mess. So here's one row of ruffles. Very cute, very slay, we love it. Crochet, crochet, crochet. Here's what the second row looks like. And the last row, which is very obviously my favorite. We need a chain the same color as the face mask to go around your face with room for a bow in the back. We want the tie to be in the back of the mask, so we're going to work from the back of the mask and weave this chain in through every other stitch all the way around the mask. I like to do this because the face pieces tend to make the front of the mask heavy and pull it down when you talk. This prevents that from happening pretty much entirely. This is how the drawstring works. Watch it go. Ooh-wee. Oh yeah, that's a hat right there. Gonna keep you warm in the snow. Now, I could make a second drawstring, but I stole all these ribbons from the Christmas presents before they got thrown away, and I think that this one is just perfect. So now we're going to do what we did with the first drawstring, but instead we're going to work from the front because we want the bow to be in the front. Easy peasy. Just weave it through just like you did the first time. Look at that little bow. So cute. Ooh woo. I even added some little hearts at the bottom. Starting off with a little semicircle for the nose, I'm going to use the drawstring method and weave my working yarn through the edge of the project. Then I'm going to fill it with some scrap yarn. You could use fluff if you want. I just like to use up my scrap yarn as much as I can. I like to fill mine very full so that's almost no squeeze to it. Then you pull the drawstring tight, leaving a little bit of room so it sits flat against the face. I wanted this to look like a heart a little bit, so I shoved my needle through the middle and then back into the back of the nose and pulled tightly. I think I overstuffed mine a little bit, so it was really difficult to keep that shape, but look at how cute. The tiny clown hat is just a crude triangle shape that I sew up one side. Then I add yet another ruffle to the bottom and a little heart-shaped pom-pom for the top. Finally, we make our face pieces and decide where they will go before sewing them on. Honk honk, she's done! Oh my god, what a cute little Valentine's clown. And you can make whatever clown you want. You can make a sad clown with little stars on the drawstrings. You can make a little evil clown with 2 hats instead of 1. Just make something cool and show me when you're done.